Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this live trading webinar. I hope everybody had a great time so far. How are you guys doing? Did you got some good rest in the weekend? And for those who was wondering why we didn't have live sessions the last two trading days, actually on Thursday and Friday, it was due to the fact that I was feeling unwell. So, yeah, pretty much that's the reason. Well, any trades you guys took last week, please use the chat boxes to let me know. For those who watch us through Zoom and through YouTube, please feel free to chat anything you need to communicate in order to communicate with myself. So let's get started. As usual, our risk warning, just to make sure that everyone understands that this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide trading or investment advice or personal recommendations. And pretty much the performance of any past investment doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to replicate exactly accurately in the near future. All right. So here at Admirals, we have the weekly fundamental analysis in a podcast format instead of sending text out every Monday, including today. Of course, I will record the podcast, and few hours after this live webinar, you will be able to listen to it and download it from the website. I will share the website in a while with you guys. But for now, let's read today's top headlines. And I believe we are here. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Thank you so much, Madeleine. Good morning. Yes, thank you, Joseph. Oh, good. Premium analytic portals. And let's start it with today's top headlines. Ukraine calls for UN Security Council meetings over Belarus nuclear threat. St. Louis Fed James Bullard says bank stress doesn't have to derail economy. Biden says he doesn't see anything about to explode in the banking sector. Maybe that's the only one who doesn't see anything about to explode in the banking sector. I know most of you are laughing now, but that's okay. Ukraine offensive takes shape with big unknowns. Israel's Netanyahu fires defense minister as pressure against judicial overhaul mounts. Al-Qaeda closes in on a stalwart U.S. ally in Africa. Bregland Investment hires Rayan Selwood, ex-Carlier partner as CIO. Elon Musk offers employees stock grants valuing Twitter at about $20 billion US. And the last one in regards Apple's Tim Cook, that he took stage in China to welcoming applause. Let's change to the Forex calendar. It's not going to be a very busy week in terms of major news events this week. So let's start it from Sunday to this one here. So just we can have let's make sure all majors are selected. So today, a news that can affect the euro is the IFO business climate in Germany. tomorrow consumer confidence. Also, on Wednesday consumer confidence. There are, just be mindful, guys, that some different calendars, they show different high impact events. Like, for example, on Tuesday it's going to be the retail sales in Australia. It's something we don't see it as a high impact news here, but in other calendars they show it as a high impact news, because really retail sales, it's something that tend to experience some sensitivity, especially when it comes to the Australian dollar. So for the rest, we will talk in the next few days. And let's go straight to the MetaTrader. Hello guys, good morning. Rumen, you join us from the Zoom today. That's awesome. Alrighty, so let's start with the gold today. And traders, we are at this resistance area. For a reason, I don't have access to my drawing tool today, because I'm streaming a bit differently this webinar than the other days, but I will sort it out hopefully for tomorrow. So we have this resistance here. The market stopped its bullish activity after this strong impulse candle on the weekly chart. What did we experience? Very minimal movement, as we can see from the body of the candle. Some rejection at the top, and maybe sellers now they're going to come to control the overall market. But be mindful that if we're going to have a retracement, we can use the FIB retracement tool. We have about 50% FIB retracement, and it's this one here, the 50, the 61. Okay, so what can we expect is to see the market come somewhere at this area before it's going to take off. For traders, they use trend lines. Here is, it's what we call a tentative trend line. If we're going to have a third touch, then it's going to be a confirmed trend line support, and we can initiate some long positions. If we go down to the daily chart, on the daily chart we have this this more analytic observation. We draw again the FIB from the low to the high, and in Forex or in the spot market, I told you many times, rarely take in consideration the 38.2%, and almost never in Forex count on the 23.6% FIB retracement, because the markets, they just never respect this one. It's very shallow retracement, and the odds are not in our favor. Maybe we're going to see it sometimes, but that's not going to be the case. So best areas to buy, it's the 50%, 61.8%. Of course, unless the market has something else to really to show us, but for now, that's what we're going to use for buys. Now, as seen for today, for intraday traders, for those who really want to press the button, we have to develop, and you have to develop a different approach. Your point of reference for intraday traders is the previous or the last couple of candles lows and highs pretty much. That's going to be your strong support and resistance. So this low here, it's going to be a strong support for the 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart when the price is going to move towards the downside. If the price is going to start pushing higher, then this, it's going to be the most reference resistance for this intraday trader. In the meantime, we can go down to 5-minute chart, and if we can zoom out, we can just see, excuse me, apologies for that. We can just see where the price stopped and reverse. Excuse me. So that's the first support. If we're going to break below the support, then we have the next strong area of support somewhere down here. But be mindful, traders, the price, as I said, it never just shoots on a straight line from the one resistance to the next support. All right, is doing it pretty much in this way. And it's going lower, and then it's consolidate a little bit. It can consolidate a little bit here. So don't get panicked, don't get scared. That's how the market works. So let's move on. Question. Good morning, Theo. Could you please analyze Dow Jones in daily time frame? Thanks. Yes, Mr. Carlos. Cherry. Your image is covering the last candles and we cannot see the action. Thank you so much for letting me know. I will rearrange it now. Guys, if you see something something a bit unclear, please instantly feel free to put it on the chat. David, I cannot see what you are doing. All right, I'll sort this out right now. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, guys. As I said, I'm using a bit different software today for the live stream. But it's not something we cannot sort out. All right. Just check now if it's better. I think it has to be much better. All right. So okay. All good. David, please let me know. Cherry. So let's move on. Yes, okay, perfect. Now, and gas, what's happening with the gas? We were about to touch again on the support. The buyers, they came in. Let's see if this is going to be a momentum to the upside, a building up momentum. WTI, we are in this downtrend. We expect the price to come and retest the 63. And in commodities, the round numbers were fairly well. So let's just put accurate 63. Now, what do we expect now we just simply expecting the price to retrace at this area here, and really is somewhere in between. I wouldn't use this one here, but I will go a bit higher. Either traders keep an eye on this one, either this 50% fib retracement that it clustered perfectly with the 7250, okay, or we go to the 61.8% retracement, and that's the 74.70 for the crude. So keep an eye on that. A retracement up to there can help us to initiate some positions. Let's start with the pound. Pound against the US dollar, of course, we are at this area of resistance. The market is really trying to gradually make these higher highs here. On the weekly chart, though, we can see this rejection. Anyhow, we are in the seller's zone. This is a wide zone. It starts anywhere from here all the way there. It's about the 170 pips zone. If we try exactly to capture, and guys, pay attention to this, and that's something traders they mistake, and very often, unfortunately. But again, that's normal for a beginner trader or for someone who trade for just some time. But we have to learn how the market really works, and when we see a pretty much a level where we can just put a straight line, right? We have to understand that when we see this consolidation and some sellers candle exchange with the buyers candle, and we have this back and forth, finally until we break below the resistance, this helps to build up some area of interest, and we have to really mark the area and understand the area here. So which one is the area? It's pretty much where the sellers the buyers they try to take control, and until how far they manage to move. So from this point here, which it's about 122.80, all the way here, it's about 160 or 170 pips, depends where you take the low. We say that it's a seller's zone. And what do? We want to find, we have to narrow it as much as possible, but there are times it's not just clear. All right, so don't try to fight with the market. If you see, for example, we trade order blocks, right? We have this most recent order block here, but we know that at the high of this order block, the market also, that's the wrong one. The market also have this order block there from here to there. All it has where it ends this high of this order block, another order block starts from here all the way there. So we have to really accept what the market shows at the present moment. And if we don't find an entry here, let's say to place a limit order, we're going to wait for some price action reversals, but we really have to get as close as possible to the end of the zone, so it gives us a better reward to risk ratio. So for here, if you ask me to take a trade today, I will be seller On the 5-minute chart, I will be more bearish based on the previous candlestick, and I will have this area of about 37 to 40 pips, give it or take, up to the last low. Euro, US dollar, pretty much the same. Although the euro, it has some more information because we are at this inside broken resistance, can act as support if we find some double bottom on the lower time frames. Here on the hourly chart it's more obvious, or on the 4-hour chart maybe we can use it for short-term bullish. Australian dollar against the US dollar. This one here. At the area we marked long time ago, the market really pushes lower. And sorry guys with the questions if I don't keep up instantly and I don't reply. My head is very big today. Yes, Dave. But those other have been mitigated. Yes, that's correct. Darshan, hello. Okay, a bit better. So we are at this area of resistance. The market sold off. Of course, the news event, as I told you multiple times here at these webinars, news events, they help the market to move in the direction it will move faster. That's all. The news event, it's not gonna create something that rarely it's gonna create something we don't expect. Like we are in this downtrend here, consolidation, boom, all the way down, lower lows, lower highs. We wait for the market to come and retrace in this area of resistance. So on the 4-hour chart, we could see it with more clarity. We had this rejection at this point of this order block area. You see, guys, that's what I was telling you earlier. If you try to take only this order block, the most recent one, but you don't take in consideration the overall market action, which it was a sideways move, a consolidation before the breakout, then most likely more often we're gonna get caught in trades that we don't want, like specifically sell limit here and have my stop loss there without making even 2-to-1, and the market take the stop losses because we didn't take in consideration this area of resistance, that the high it's somewhere here and it's not there. Okay, so please be mindful with this one, because if someone sold somewhere there with a stop loss there, that's 46 pips. It's more than 2.5-to-1, and that was a great question. For how much time is suitable for trading to anything? What exactly do you mean for how much time? Do you mean an area, or sorry, I don't understand the question. Let's move on. USD CHF in the middle of nowhere, nothing there. USD Canadian dollar, very up, nothing here to be honest. We had this support the market on the lower time frame, it put that nice bullish engulfing. All right, that was 50, 100, 221 at this area of resistance. Now, if it's going to stop here and reverses, if it's going to continue down, I don't know. And the QE from the majors, nothing here. USD JPY, we tapped at this area of support and we saw a gap down this morning. Bullish engulfing here. The market is trying to trade higher, so that's a good signal. And all of the Japanese yen currency pairs currently they experience some move to the upside. Let's check. It's this one here, I believe so. So, DAX. Let me just close this one. Let's remove this. So DAX, we are at this support. We have this low point here. We have this high point up. We have this high point there. There, and it's another high point at this area. So the market at any moment can experience some selling pressure from this order block, so we have to be careful. Dow Jones daily chart, we have this rejection here, but the market is approaching the seller's area, so we have to see on the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, if we're going to have some reversal price action that it will help us to sell it. In case we're going to go for short, we're going to use our stop losses to be a little bit above the candle's high. So DAX, let's go back. It's either we have this break to the upside or up. We have buy stop there, and it's somewhere there, our sell stop. And for here, I will put profit target 1569, and we will readjust it. If we're going to break to the upside. All right. Okay, so the question is, after the analysis I do now for how long the trade, like minutes, is until we go to an area of resistance or to an area of support pretty much. All right, that's how I see it. So we can delete this order here. Let's check the FTSE. The FTSE didn't really move so far. Maybe we're going to break below here and we're going to come to retest 10 pips. This area. S&P 500 daily chart. Very messy on the weekly. Monthly, nothing. Weekly, really nothing. And Nasdaq, of course. HV, are you here? Anything with the Nasdaq today? So let's check the DAX. If it's gonna false break us, let's see. We have to be patient. And Bitcoin, of course, we didn't talk about the Bitcoin. We are hovering anywhere between the 28,000 and the 27,000. So we will see what the market is going to decide. And really, guys, after a strong impulse move, the market at some point it wants to retrace a little bit to give some of the move back, so it can keep rallying higher and higher and higher if that's going to decide to do. DAX here on the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we're going to break higher. Guys, remember our stop losses, they are below on the other side actually of usually the box we draw. Now we approach, yes, we are at 10 points. If that fulfills your criteria, that's a take profit area. And congratulations for those who took their profits. 13, 15, 25. If we're going to sustain the move higher, then most likely we can see the next 5 minute candle to go and retest that resistance before, if it's going to decide to push lower, at least we're going to go to a seller's zone. So far we are well deep into profits. It's 18. We went all the way to 27 points for my friend Darshan, of course, points, not pips. Yes, Darshan, you like it. All right. Traders, I will call it for the day. I believe that's a good trade for everyone. If you decided to have your take profit there or lower, doesn't matter. Profit is a profit in the market. We take whatever is available, what the market makes available to us. But the most important thing is to stick with our plan. If we have a plan and we know why we use that plan, then we better stick to that, okay? So, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed the session. Yes, we had this small technical with the image, but we sort out things along the way. Right, so I wish you to have a happy trading day ahead. And I look forward to see you again at the same time here tomorrow. And please don't forget the podcast later. Thank you, traders. Have a great day. Bye for now.